Excellent. So we're still talking about the relationship between fractions and decimal. And we have seen in the previous video that to go from a decimal to a fraction, you have to look at the place value. Right? Those are tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, if you like, 100,000s. Okay. Now that is important to realize also when you have to go from a fraction to a decimal, because decimals is always, like I just said, tens or hundreds or thousands. So you also always have to make sure that your fraction is something out of 10 or something out of 100 or something out of 1,000. Now in the first particular case, it's 9 over 10. Yeah. So I can say, well, as a fraction, that will be 0.9 because I have 0 wholes and I have 9 tens. And the first decimal digit, those are your tens. Yeah. The second question, 317 over 100. Well, I have 3 wholes, point, and I have 17 hundreds. Yeah, so 1 7. Yeah, because those then are my hundreds, right? The second decimal place. So far fairly simple. But if we go now to the third question, 2 3 over 25. Now decimals are out of 10 or out of 100 or out of 1,000, not out of 25. So I have to convert my fraction, I have to find an equivalent fraction, and I have to change that denominator into something out of 10 or out of 100, whatever is best. Now 25, I can turn that into 100 by multiplying it by which number? By what do I multiply 25 to get 100? By 4 indeed. So that is then equivalent to 12 over 100. So 2 3 over 25 is the same as 2 12 over 100. So now I can say, so that is 2.12. Yeah. I'm going to give you one more example. For instance, 4 3 over 5. Now what is that as a decimal? Well, decimals are out of 10, out of 100, 1,000, not out of 5. So I have to manipulate it into a fraction. Yeah, my whole number is fine, but the fraction needs to be out of 10 or 100 or 1,000. Now the 5, I can multiply that by 2 to get 10, so that is equivalent to 6 over 10. So 4 3 over 5 is 4.6, 6 tens, because the place value of your first decimal digits are the tens. Okay. Now there are a few fractions which you should just know what the decimal equivalent is of them, and without having to turn them into something out of 10 or out of 100. And I'm pretty sure you already actually know most of them. Yeah, 1 over 2, what is that as a decimal? 0.5. Excellent. Yeah, why is it 0.5? Just now, very quickly in brackets, because 1 over 2, yeah, sorry, I just put a bracket there, is the same as 5 over 10, yeah, so 0.5, 5 tens, yeah, 2 times 5 is 10, 1 times 5 is 5, so 5 tens, excellent. But you should also know 1 over 3, which is 0. And then you have those 3s that just keep on going, yeah, so whenever you see 0.33333, it just keeps on going, you should actually say, well, that is 1 over 3, okay, 1 over 4, you should get an idea what is that as a decimal. 1 over 4, 0.25 indeed, very useful to know, okay, because that is the same 1 over 4, actually is 25 over 100, 0.25. 1 over 5, 0.2, because 1 over 5 is the same as, or equivalent to 2 over 10, 0.2. Now 1 over 3 is 0.3333, then 2 over 3, so 2 times as much, is 0.666666, and then 7. Yeah, because you round them that to a 7. So whenever you see that number, you should realize, oh, hang on a minute, we're talking about 2 over 3, which is more accurate. And 3 over 4, so 3 times a quarter, and 3 quarters is 0.75. Because that's actually 75 out of 100. Okay, so it's very useful to know these. And there is one more I want to show you, which you should know, and that is 1 over 8. I'm just going to write that one down here. 1 over 8 as a decimal yeah, is 0.125. Okay, that's one you need to remember. And why is it 0.125? I'll just show you now. Well, 1 over 8, can you turn that easily into something over 10? Well, that's going to be difficult. Can I multiply 8 by something to get a fraction out of 100? Well, that's difficult. Can I multiply 8 by something to get a fraction out of 1,000? Yes, I can. Yeah, because 8 times 125 is 1,000. So 1 over 8 is equivalent to 125 over 1,000. Yeah, so 125,000, 3 decimal places for the correct place value. Yeah, tens, hundreds, thousands, 125. But it's good to know 1 over 8 is 0.125. Okay, so know some of these fractions by heart, their decimal equivalent, but you don't have to know all of them, because you can also calculate. Let me just grab this piece of paper. Sorry, this is the one I wanted to show you. By finding a decimal out of 10 or out of 100, and when it's out of 25, you just got to manipulate it, turn it into a fraction out of 100 or out of 10. Yeah, so 4/3 over 5 is equivalent to 4/6 over 10, so 4.6. Because your decimals are always tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, like that. Okay, I hope that was useful. See you at the next video.